SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? You can get a grant to help. We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. It's easy. SaskTel has already given away tens of thousands of dollars. There have been lots of great ideas, including kids giving cookies to others, a group set up to welcome newcomers to their school, random acts of kindness, and so much more. The ideas and opportunities are endless. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Testing, testing. Mr. and Mrs. Curling audience. This is Rory McCusker. I am your operator, commentator, producer for tonight's game. Still just ironing out a few things. There we go. Box up. Teams are getting right after it. Nice freeze to the back four. A little bit of a light draw. Brett Barber. Was that Mitch throwing the first one? Mitch Height. Throw in the middle bunch. Nice spot. Don't ever touch it, Mitch said. A little more weight than he wanted, I'm assuming. I'll have to be careful not to talk any bad on Mitch Height, especially since he bought me a beer before the game. I'll be right with you, folks. I'll give a proper intro in just a minute. Gotta get some things figured out here on site.
They both have exit pass. Center line. On the left side. Yep. So 4 seconds. 4 seconds.
There we go. Back in action. Okay. As mentioned earlier, my name is Rory McCusker. I'm your producer tonight. Here we have, out of Kerrobert, Saskatchewan, it's Brett Barber and Mitch Height. Taking on Japan's from Nagano, Japan, Nagano, Chiaki Matsumura and Yasumasa Tanida. Are we ready for some implications? I know I am. It's a 2-1 record for both of these teams. Meaning, whoever wins this game, guaranteed a berth in playoffs. Whoever loses this game might be headed for a tiebreaker. It depends how many 2-2 teams it ends up being. Now I've been kind of busy making sure all the games are set up and rolling over here at Curling Stadium, Martensville. Let's find out. Looks like we are on the final rock throwers stone. And with Brett Barber, Mitch Heidt having hammer. Kind of anybody's end. What do we got here down the middle? Tough to tell. Looks to me like red might be shot rock. We just don't know. Either way, the blue stone is not in good enough position. There'll have to be another freeze or tap thrown by the Japanese duo. I think it was declared, and this is fair. I'm not saying I'm cheering for Heidt and Barber. I do know these two. Brett Barber made me the most delicious plate of nachos I've ever eaten in my life in Wadena last year. Zesty Dorito nachos. Can't recommend it enough. And Mitch has bought me a delicious pink IPA from High Key Brewery. So they have earned this commentator's favor, to say the least. Little tap and roll. I'm not sure if that was the call. If it was, worked out pretty good. Shot 1, 2, 3, the Japanese duo are. And with the last rock at the end, it will be a shot for 1. Nice 9, I heard Brett say, so nice normal weight hit.
It's almost impossible to hit 2 skating, so if you get by...
All about the shooter here. Just got to stick that shooter in the forefoot. And this will be the last rock of the first end. Brett Barber for a single point. Looks pretty nice. Easy sweep in. There it is. It's the single. Barber and Heidt do score in this first end. Will be Matsumura and Tanida with hammer in the second when we return.
I've been raised on the farm since day one, so I was born into it. My grandfather came in here in 1905. I want to continue the farm for him and generations to come. So
I think it's a privilege that we get to be here. It's just a wonderful way of life.
You know, what job is there that you can go to work with your dad and brother, with your kids by your side? Doesn't get much better than that.
There it is. Super gnarly cinematic commercial. That music gets me every time. Symphony orchestra. All right, we've got a really nice draw in the rings. It would appear. Matsumura and Tanida.
D-line! D-line! Good shot.
Little chip off. Weight was a little bit up. Not going to be the result they were looking for. Didn't really remove the red stone from a scoring kind of area, and more importantly, the shooter has rolled off. That's about as good of analysis as I can give for mixed doubles. I don't play in a mixed doubles league myself. Probably played, I think, 2 or 3 mixed doubles games in my life. Just figured it out this weekend. Definitely some major differences in the tolerance of misses and in the types of calls that teams are making. The way they use the back of the house as well, I think, is the biggest difference. Not being able to remove stones at all, even if they're in the rings, in those first few shots. Changes the game enough that I am guessing wrong a lot of the time on what they're calling, on what they maybe should call. It's been a big change. It's definitely a different game. Like it, having fun. Mitch Heidt delivering his first stone of the end without hammer. Trying to leave that center guard right where it is. Gonna cruise right through. I want to say hello to everyone chiming in on the chat. Hello, thank you. Thank you for contributing. Chiaki and Yasumasa's team nickname is Chasu. Love it. Thanks for letting me know. Team Chasu. That is how I will refer to them from now on. Gotta love our Japanese fans. Chiming in on the chat. Hello, hello. Thanks for broadcasting. You are welcome. Little trick I like to give English-speaking viewers who want to look at that chat and say hello to all of our Japanese friends. Say konnichiwa to those in the Japanese islands and diaspora watching this game. Right-click on that chat with your mouse. Click Translate to English from those tools that come down. Google will automatically translate the comments that appear to English, and you can experience for yourself the bright and cheery, very positive, very encouraging Japanese curling community.
Keep it out there a little bit.
But no matter where you're from in the world, thank you for tuning in. Oh, that's what that did. Really good, says Mitch. And I agree with him. Getting around that center guard. Little tap. Is he going to be able to leave it up front? He does roll off. Nearly a perfect shot, but it will over curl. Workman with hammer. Team Chasai. Ooh, line looks really good. Gonna leave that in a really good spot right on top of the button. That rock has nowhere to go but backwards. Team Chasu. It's a party in the chat, folks. Everybody's invited. I'd be staring at this for a while too. I don't know what you're going to be able to do about those two blue rocks in the rings. You're going to have to try and get something right on the nose. Yeah. I agree, Mitch. It's about all you got. The question is, can you get there?
Take that middle 12 base.
With the outturn. With enough effect. Keep your shooter somewhere on top. Two rocks left in the end for each team. You Barber Height without hammer. Ooh, they have come off the run back. They're going to try to get there with the outturn. I like it. Just enough weight to move a stone. Gotta move it a little bit. They will poke it. Will it be enough? I don't think so. I think blue is still line 2. Team Chasu. Line 2 in the button. Good news is I don't know how they get another one in there. Second last stone. Team Chasu, Matsumura, Tanida. Satisfied, line 2. They will take away the outturn side. I think I agree with that call. I don't know how you were going to get any more than 2 rocks into that scoring area without opening things up for your opponent. So it's going to be a guard for the Japanese duo. Not much to be done here, I don't think. I don't mind this call. I don't think you can hurt yourself. Hit what you can see of this, says Mitch.
What? What did you say? Yeah, you run straight down the ice where you want to see. I don't want to hit what you can see. I don't want to just tickle it in there and then let me buy it too. You want to come look at it?
Good. Hit weight.
Hard to get by! Really hard! Hard breath!
Ticks the center guard. I don't think that's going to hurt him too bad. Don't really know if that's opened much up. They could try to tap this top blue and like roll their shooter somehow. I don't think there's any harm there. Once Team Chasu threw that out turn guard, I think that was it. I think 2 was being scored no matter really who did anything about it. Now, if Brett Barber did hit a pretty thick chunk of that rock in the back, Mitch is right, that might have spun out. Would have forced a pretty tough draw to the side of the button, but no harm in trying it because I think there was really nothing else to be done. I think this is a practice shot to get draw weight. I don't really know if there's anything too practical to be scored here. Yeah, looks like they're throwing this way outside, get a feel for what it's like in the wings. And there you have it, folks. It's a score of 2. Team Chasu takes the lead. 2-1 after the second end. It will be Barber and Heidt with Hammer when we return.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel, because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Welcome back. It is the third end. Nice looking draw around the guard. Matsumura. Will be Brett Barber with a chance to respond. Definitely slower going away. It's been tricking teams all weekend. I've been seeing it from back here. Part of the advantage of watching every game, not having to play it, is you just get to observe these these tendencies over and over again. But yeah, coming home in the second end and fourth end people seem to be missing deep, whereas going back away, specifically in the third end, some draws coming up light. So that's 2 light draws in a row. We'll see if Mr. Tanida can make the adjustment. Really nice shot. Speaking of adjustments, gets shot rock, takes away the out-turn path. He's got some backing, is above the tee line. That is perfection. Can't do much better than that. Out-turn draw path unavailable. Might be a nose tap or a freeze or something like that, but with hammer and all that junk down the middle, that's not going to be good enough. Let's see what Mitch is able to muster here. One and two, rolls the shooter off. That's a great shot. Gonna get rid of 2 problematic stones down the middle with 1 blow. Nice shot, Mitch Heidt, especially for his first one. Lots of time left to make something to this end. So, got 4-foot line guard and another guard kind of closer than that to the center line, but there will be an out-turn path to that blue stone. Quite a bit of ground to cover here with this guard. Team Chasu scoring 2. In the second end. Just check the chat, getting more love from our viewers. Well, you people really make it worth it to lean into these streams and have some fun, so thank you so much. Really appreciate all the comments. Have you never commented in a YouTube chat before? I think tonight is the first time. Just click that comment box, tell us where you're from, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for, how much curling you've watched this weekend. We want to know. We want to hear from you. Try it out. It's a fun time. Don't be nervous. Here's the benefits of that double peel that Mitch Heidt made earlier. He's going to have a crack at removing both blue stones from the rings and line 2 himself. Really nice if he made it. Gets 1, he's close. Oh, just blows by the second one. We'll keep the shooter around on the wings. Positive result. They got a bit of a break there with the Team Chasu guard coming a little deep. Would have been really nice for Barber Height to take advantage of that deep guard, make a double, lie 2. Instead, they only get 1. They are going to be second and third shot. So still alive, still got a chance to make something of this end with hammer. Both guards near the rings are red, so if a run back is needed, they will be running their own stone into the rings. What do we have here? This looks like ice for a run back. Chasu gonna take matters into their own hands. They know they'd be just praying that Barber Height misses a double. Is this a tap back or is this a draw of their own? We're about to find out. There's a tap back. Looks pretty good. 1 and 2. Some separation. Makes the roll. Beautiful shot. No double available. That's going to occupy both sides of the rings, or one wing and down the middle. And you can see the expression on Barber Height's face. They know they missed a big opportunity with that previous shot. Now those two blues are not available to be doubled. Their chances of scoring that rock, clinging on to life in the 12-foot, very low at this point. Now they'll have to find a new way to get two. That's a brave call and really a fantastic make. Yasumasa Tanida really flips the end. Soft release there from Mitch. This is going to curl, I believe. Brett's holding this straight. Trying to keep this around. Makes contact. And it will spill out of the rings. Almost had it. Pretty close, but that's going to be a costly spill out of the rings. Would have been really nice to keep that full 8-foot, keep a shot rock. Now, one shot remaining. Chiaki Matsumura will have an opportunity to lie to in the rings, force Team Barber Height to a shot for one. Nobody running away with this game yet. If that situation were to unfold, like I just described, it would still be a tie game. Final stone, Team Chasu in the third end. Had an answer for everything that Barber and Heidt have thrown at them. Waiting for this to hold on. As long as it stops in the full 12, it's going to be fine. There it is. Not as much pressure on the draw. It's going to serve as pretty good backing, so could have been much better, but it's going to do the trick. It's going to force Team Barber Height to a shot for one. milestone, third end. For Barber, needing full 8 foot and an inch.
Yes, line. You gotta go. Yes, hard, straight. Hard.
Mitch thinks this is super heavy. Doesn't want to touch it. He's got a curl to get backing as well.
I think I still like the end.
There's the curl. Digging now. Little chip. Roll. Did it stop for shot rock? Oh, that glare in the ice. Makes it kind of tough to tell. I think Mitch just conceded a point. I think it's a 3-1 lead for Matsumura Tanida Team Chasu. With the 3-1 lead after three ends, it will be Barber Height that retain hammer in the fourth.
For victims of domestic abuse, fleeing may mean leaving everything behind. There is hope. SaskTel provides brand new cell phones so that starting over is possible. Learn more at sasktel.com/fresh start.
We're for agriculture. For growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions, leading the field.
There you have it, Nutrien Ag Solutions. Thank you for supporting live curling. Really nice opening shot from Team Chasu, putting that freeze right in the back four, immobilizing their rock. I'm coming to learn that's kind of the default first rock of the end. Four-person curling, you'd think you'd want to come top four. I see that over and over again. Must be something to it. A little bit light, but still in a useful position. It is going to give Team Chasu the opportunity to cover the pin. Now they'll be able to go top four. Now that that backing's moved up just a little bit.
Top 12.
Hey, mine's great.
Top 8.
Line looks really good. Team Chasu really dialing it up. Getting used to the ice, getting used to the paths, understanding their own tendencies, and really sharpening up here. See that little fist bump. It's well deserved. These guys have really been, I've already said turn it up 2 or 3 times. Improving throughout the game. Mitch wants to come have a look. Don't blame him. 2 perfectly made shots. Team Chasu keeping the pressure on. Not a very optimistic look on Mitch's face. Got a lot of work to do. Intern tap, I'm thinking, is going to be the call. They could run something back. 5 rocks have been thrown. 5 rocks are in play. Looking like a run back. I'm going to try to make 3 or 4 rocks back here. 1, 2. Leaves his shooter on the center line. That was not the plan. That's still going to improve the scenario. Perfect might have been hitting that high side on the intern side, moving those 2 guards and also getting something spinning in the forefoot, but, you know, it's a half make, we'll call it. 3 rocks remain per team. Barber Height with hammer.
Do you like this ice or do you want negative?
No, I like that. I don't even like it.
Leaving that one high. I'm guessing they wanted a little more separation between those guards with the early sweep, but that's okay. It's gonna take up space down the lane that they were aiming for. Another run back coming down the ice. That's only going to take 1 guard. I think time is running out here. 2 rocks remain per team. Mitch knows it. A couple opportunities missed there. So another guard, I'm guessing, is the call. Team Chasu already lying 2. Pretty good control at the top of the forefoot. There is an out-turn draw for 1, but they're not too afraid of that. Very patient strategy, Team Chasu. Not trying to lay on the gas, trying to steal a bunch of points. Every end they've played, especially without hammer, they've understood the opponent will likely have a chance to score. Let's try to make sure it's over.
I do too. Because even this run back, I think they're giving us 1. Well, fill the hole in the middle, ideally. But yeah, if anything, you're guarding the... Doesn't really matter. You give us that.
That's a fine spot. Pretty much the same as last time. There is no double run back. They've created a nice angle on those stones where there's no way to send the blue into the red and have the red enter the rings and shake anything up. So, real nice spot. Nearing the completion of this end. Got Barber, Mitch Heidt. 2 rocks remaining. This will be Mitch's last throw. Going for that draw. We want to lie 1 now. much the only way they're going to score 2, so I can understand this. Waiting for the curl. There it is. Snapped all of a sudden. Really took off on them. They were not expecting that to curl when it did. 1 second they're waiting for curl, the next it's over curling.
Good job.
There is an angle there where those blues do double. I think it takes the back red with them, but it might be a run back. Yeah, not as it stands right now. You have to get the cross nose, and it's just overburied a little bit. So, looking pretty ugly for Barber Height at the moment. It's going to be some work to score 1 point, especially with what I think is going to be a out-turn draw coming from Team Chasu. Chiaki Matsumura with the final stone. An in-turn. Commentator is surprised once again. Might just be a guard. I guess there's no need to come right in. Choosing to use the intern side though. Very interesting. This is an end sheet. On sheet 1, they might be afraid of going on the wall side. And there it is. Nearly flawless end. Team Chasu in total control of this end. Some kind of run back. Will be coming down the ice. Red into blue. Doesn't look so from here. It just looks like it's overburied that inch too far. You'd have to just graze that top blue guard. Just don't see it. Sends one by. It will be a steal of 2 more. Well-earned steal. It'll be 5-1 after 4 ends. Team Chasu from Japan. Firm control of this one. Welcome back. Power play on the sheet. And the defense, the bunt, the bunting shot. Punch it into the rings. The hope is it stays in the rings. You don't have to replace anything. At least moves the corner guard a little bit, so ideally you have a hit on your second shot. It's a good strategy. Let's get a full score game story. Barber and Heidt did score their 1 point in the first end. Had an opportunity for a bit more, but some nice shot making kept them at bay. Hoping to make use of the corner guard. Looks a little light. And it is, but that's all right. 2 corners, not a bad thing. It's going to protect their shot in the rings. Hey, they may have been calling it there. I don't know the conventions of mixed doubles. Maybe that is the common call. I'm guessing wrong a lot. That's a nice position, as you can see from the head-on angle. They did leave some room. You might be able to nose that. So, power play. So far, successful. Way to remove that stone either, or is it? Gets it out of there enough. Just rolls their shooter. A little bit of a problematic spot. That does leave a double. There's a jam chance, but it's about 6 feet in between stones. Even if it does jam, I think the top red's still going to leave the rings, unless you find a way to just dead jam it. Not too much of a risk. Barber Height, they need something this end to give up another point in the 5th while using their power play, or even to get forced to 1 after using their power play. Not going to be the best result. They want multiple points on this score. Big weight coming down the sheet. Really close. Corner sweep. Double is made. No jam. Yet another big time shot. Team Chasu. Loving how active the chat is, everybody. I'm checking every now and then as best I can. It's very fun to chat with everyone and see what they think the end is going to be and what they see brewing. I see some people saying this looks like another steal. I did see a comment saying, hey, just take your 1 and hope to steal the next end. This is mixed doubles. Big scores are not unheard of. I mean, it's only a 4-point game right now. You take your 1 3-point game. You have to score in the 6th, I'm thinking, but not out of reach just yet. Following your shooter out there, however, not an acceptable result. When you're trying to score points with hammer, the only thing you can't do is let your shooter go out of the rings. So heavy there was not the miss. So it'll be another stone in the center of the rings. Leaving this super high. He's almost, I think he's hoping to hog it. No, it is going to sneak over. That rock was really light on him before, that there could be something with that rock, or he's just throwing that a little light. Going to be ineffective though. Miss for miss, these teams trade. Big opportunity. Only one rock to come from their opponents. Mitch, Heidt, Barber have a chance to hide a rock here, bury a stone, get two. And has not been going their way, but that's all right. They've got no danger down the middle. Heavy again, it looks like it. And that was the chance. One more shot here, Team Chasu. Although the goal is accomplished, they've forced Barber and Heidt to a shot for one. Not much more they can really hope for. I mean, they'll try to put this in the way, but a steal is not really the objective here. To have your opponent use the power play and only score 1 point, that is a victory. So, a mini victory. And so Matsumura will get to practice her draw weight here. Not critically important that she puts it anywhere in particular, but it will be a draw coming down the ice. So you can force your opponent into the area of the rings that you want them to go. Missing heavy, not a great miss here. It's going to settle in on the side of the button. Nothing wrong with that. Shrinks the scoring area. Totally buried. This will be the final stone of the fifth end. Looking for a single point to keep this game within reach. Barber in turn draw to the button. Calling him on for line. Curling hard. Will over curl a little bit. Had the weight to get there. Over curled, gave up 1 point. So that will be 6-1. Matsumura, Tanida lead this game. It will be Barber and Heidt with hammer, trailing by 5.
I've been raised on the farm since day one, so I was born into it. My grandfather came in here in 1905. I want to continue the farm for him and generations to come. So
I think it's a privilege that we get to be here. It's just a wonderful way of life.
You know, what job is there that you can go to work with your dad and brother, with your kids by your side? Doesn't get much better than that.
Here it is, another fantastic opening shot. Yep, it's been a pretty lights out game. Chiaki Matsumura really on the ball. Both of them have. It'll be up to Brett Barber and Mitch Heidt to make something happen in the sixth. With hammer, no power play. Nice opening shot, Brent Barber. Not going to quite get the freeze, but that's a great position to be in. Centerline build-up already taking place. Time is now. Mitch Heidt get a rock in the top 4 foot. That's a pretty good shot. 2 controlling stones in the top of the 4 foot. This is a good start for Barber and Heidt. The opponents, Matsumura and Tanida, have really kind of shifted gears. It's taken a few extra ends for Barber and Heidt to get there, but it's looking like they're getting a good grasp of it now. Should have a good chance to score something this end if they keep making shots this way. Little light on that. I mean, it's gonna clog up the top of the 12-foot, denying access for Barber and Heidt to get to their stones they so desperately want to tap forward. So that's a made shot. I think you can shred all three of those blues with one shot. Wonder if they'll take it on. Big one here. Rack off the top. That's an acceptable miss. I mean, you got to open that up anyway. I know they were trying to get shot rock at that point, but let's see who's shot right now. I think it's Barber Heidt at the top of the button is shot rock. So they're in position to score 1 right now. 6th end, down 5. They're gonna make a little more hay than that. With that center guard no longer there, there's a couple options to get those Red Rocks forward. Two stones left for Team Chasu. Looking for a guard here, I imagine. That's going to do the trick. Effectively guards both tap backs. Nearly perfect spot. This team is on fire. Not looking at much, to be totally frank. You got 2 layers between you and the stones that you want to move, and you've only got 2 rocks to do it with, so. Gotta somehow get a lot of those out of the way right now. One, two, three, and unfortunately he was really close, but the way those angles lied, both those reds that they worked so hard to put there on the top of the 4-foot are now gone. The bright side, red has shot 2 and 3 in the back of the rings. As of right now, there is a tap back for 3. So, hope is still alive for Barber and Heidt. Last rock of the end. Team Chasso. Just don't want to be heavy, set up a double. Even then, double probably jams. Just gotta get this in the 8-foot. Looks a little heavy. And curling in now. Some late finish, that's gonna do it. I don't think that there's a double available. And Mitch and Brett know it. They're gonna concede the game. No, it's not much you can do. Ran into a buzzsaw. Duo from Japan. Starting off a little shaky, but by the second end on, they were lights out. Especially Chiaki and Matsumura. Really, really consistent shooting. It's going to be X's on the board. It's going to be a 6-1 final. And there you have it, folks. So, depending on the results, there is going to be a tiebreaker tonight. So stay tuned, that'll be on the ice at 11 p.m. And even if there isn't, you've got live curling all on the Curling Zone YouTube page. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for everyone who commented in the chat, had a great time in there. We really appreciate that engagement. Thanks so much, folks. We'll see you later. And if not, playoffs begin 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Team Chasu with the victory.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.